We're live.
Oh, damn, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm still doing all the setup before being live, but we're live.
Wow.
Blah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wrote
I
my
need
link.
to turn Ren down because he's a little too loud on my...
Go, man.
No, you're fine. How do I sound to you, Ren?
You sound fine.
Let me point
Sound
down,
alright.
look down. Okay. Do I
Yep.
still sound fine?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Because I'm still going to be working on art.
Fair enough.
Depending... I don't know how Ren would feel after, but,
She has such an extreme addiction to Night Rain that when she
I-
asked me today if I'm gonna stream, and I said yes, she heard no, just so her mentality could be okay with asking me if I want to Night Rain.
Yeah. My brain is... It's on an addiction. I can't help it, Blue.
Also wish to play at some point.
Fair enough.
Blah.
Wow.
What?
You know what I think is just kind of generally weird is how... Because I'm looking back, I was looking back at my Steam, being like, not Steam, well actually yeah, also my Steam, like just my fucking Discord and Steam friend list, and I'm like, how did I become friends with this person? Tags. Pseudoregalia. .3D platformer. There we go. Oh, that is... Holy crap, I'm not used to that.
Boy!
Hello.
Said hi to a fool.
Yeah.
Hey boy.
I have 4 concurrent viewers and I haven't even started properly yet. I'm not used to this. That's nearly half of what I had last time. And that's at the beginning. Yeah. I finally figured out what I'm gonna do with the preamble music. I'm just gonna use the OST of the game I'm playing.
Fair?
How is everyone doing? How was your day?
Fine.
It was well.
That's good.
Oh, Lord.
I
shouldn't...
what?
No, I clicked the My Mix, because
Ah.
you know how I ended up getting rid of, like, my previous one?
Yeah,
The new one has a bunch of Delta roots.
that makes sense. You've been listening to them on loop.
Not in loop, but I have been listening to them a lot.
Hi, Foxthroats.
Hello, Foxtrot.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, as I told you guys, and unknowns to chat, yeah, I fucking talked to the bank about the fucking APY, and I was wrong, but I'm still
Upsettingly.
upset.
Yeah. The bank lied. Who would have known?
No, the bank didn't lie. It's just
The bank's math is stupid.
Technically speaking, no. It's just that I read things wrong because it's annual percentage interest. And for some reason, my brain blanked on the fact that the word annual means annual.
Here. Fair enough. Well,
But, needless to say, upsetty Rossetti on the fact that, you know, the APY, wait, the API, fucking whatever the fuck the acronym is 3.6. And because it's a compound interest thing, my brain went, the 3.6 is per month, not per year. Because they are compound interesting per month. They are telling me that they are doing the compound interest per month. So at that point, I kind of don't actually give a singular damn about the year, because I'm not holding the certificate of deposit for the year. I'm holding it for half a year. So don't tell me what I'm gonna get at the end of the year when I'm not dealing with a full ass year. So, yeah, I kind of wish they would just tell me what the percentage per month was as opposed to per year. Ugh. If that makes sense. With that said, I have completed setup. I will be playing Pseudoregalia again, because it's my addiction.
Yep.
And I got some custom maps!
Ooh.
There were unfortunately not as many as I would like, and I will continue the search for Pseudoregalia custom maps. Because there was, I think, like, there was like 2 full custom maps, a bunch of custom maps for, well, not custom maps, but basically custom time trial maps. And then there was a practice movements map. And I got all of those. But it has been so long that I will just play base map for Pseudoregalia, and if I am still fast at that, I will do one of the custom maps.
Fair enough.
Yay!
Yeah.
Also, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize that song was going to be like 10 minutes.
My phone restarted.
Lamau. Hit play on Pseudoregalia. Change scene. Give it a moment, chat. Game capture.
Apologies on that.
She punched it.
Yeah, I punched or not punched, I hit it with a water bottle. My mic.
Alright. Holy shit, that's a lot of save files now. I have 16.
Oh shit. That's cool.
No, wait, I have
Is
more
that a
than
mod?
Yeah, that's a mod. That is a lot of fucking save files. Holy shit.
Constantly delete them.
I don't mind deleting them. I was already getting ready to delete it. 256 save files, chat.
Holy shit.
Let's see. Main game. Cozy Citadel of Death was one of the fucking custom maps. Movement Schoolista, movement training. And then, yeah, there was Castle Tower there at the end. Players start tag, game start, zone dungeon, slot label. I don't know what these advanced options are.
What do you need? Foxtrot asked, why do you need that many? Also, are you already,
No, I have forgotten to do co-host privileges, you know, like a dumbass.
How could you? How dare you leave your co-host?
In lag. Why do you need so many? That's what I want to know. I'm happy with the 6. That's not what I meant to do. Hang on. There we go. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Pop that out.
Move the game. Here. Main game. Here, main game. Start!
Let's start though.
Yay.
Delta!
Stelto!
Yeah, Delta! Yeah, that's another game that you wanted to play. You remember? Edna?
Oh yeah. Look, I was remembering the guy who was playing that one vampire game. He was yelling stealth at the top of his lungs.
Oh, yeah, the Prude is a voice actor in Edna.
True.
The Prod. Prude, Prod, I think it's one of those two.
I think it's Prude. But it's like it's P-R-O-O-D, right?
No, it's P-R-U-A-I-D?
I don't know how to pronounce that.
I mean, he's Italian, so I don't know if that's a word in Italian. Wait, did you just, like, zoom past the door? Oh, no, okay. You're just first-personing it.
Yep. I'm trying to remember my buttons.
Fair enough. Oh, I need to throw that away.
She's throwing me away, chat.
No, but it is something related to you because you forgot to throw it away.
My dignity.
No, your
That
Taco
one's...
Bell.
I mean, my dignity's still intact. I haven't made an absolute ass of myself on YouTube.
I mean... Fair enough. Do I want to add shadow?
Food. Food is good.
Yeah, food. Oh, she is that monster. Interesting. What, me?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm still listening to the Manly video. For context, if anyone is curious, I'm watching a series called, what is it called? Don't Look Outside, I think? Or Look Outside? Let me see.
I think it's look outside, but you're not supposed to look outside because then you die.
Yeah, it's called Look Outside. You're correct. That is, interesting game.
Yeah.
Very horror-y. It's kind of like, so I remember listening to him talk about it because video, right? We like to listen to playlists as we sleep. He mentioned that it's somewhere on the realms of like Fear and Hunger, just not as like RNG like Fear and Hunger, but it is combat and stuff, and themes a little bit. Also in Lisa.
Lisa the Painful?
Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
You okay?
Yeah, just
Failing?
movement.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It has indeed been a while.
What I will say about this game that I find interesting is honestly the art. The art is very I mean it is gruesome, but it's also semi-cartoonish. It's like cartoony gruesome.
Hmm.
It's weird to say.
What? That one should have done it. There we go. Skip a boss fight. I still remember, chat!
Nice. What you up to, Blue?
Yee.
Just playing a bunch of old games, because, you know, stops me from fucking buying new games.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh. That's fine. There's a save point right afterwards. I still got this, chat. I still got this.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to do as much, like, so what I'm working on right now, it's essentially 2 pages of something, right?
Yeah.
And I am shading and lighting. I'm adding shading and lighting is what I'm trying to say. So, I think I'm gonna do all the shading and lighting on 1 page and then, call it there, because I know my mental can be stupid sometimes.
She lies. She's never stupid.
You lie, considering how much I often get lost and go the wrong way in Night Rain.
No, that's not stupid. That's distracted.
No! It's literally, Blue tells me, we're over here! Literally goes the other way.
See? Distracted.
Uh-huh. Hey chat, apparently there's a seamless co-op mod for Night Rain, and eventually we might get up to 6 players, which sounds very fun and chaotic.
That it does.
I mean, someone looked into it and said that it could support like 20 or something like that. Something absurd.
Which sounds like fun. It sounds really funny.
The chaos.
Don't expect to see it here, man. We don't know 20 people.
I think we could handle like 6. And if we do get up to like the 20 people, we could probably do more than 6.
Here's the thing, if they bring in like crossplay, so, you know, people on consoles could play, I could probably bring 2 more people along.
Fair enough.
So, you know, there's the 3 of us, I can grab 2 people, I know Uni wants to fucking get the game.
Yeah, I know Ruski could play. I don't know if Cole's gonna get it eventually. Oh no, the spinning. I mean, I know a few other people that could play, like, have it, but I don't know if they, like, would join us.
Yeah, that's 8.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn into, it's probably gonna turn into, what's it called, Lethal Company.
Oh god, we go out in groups.
20 people go out to, you know, to collect things, and they'll come back with a dead monster. It's on the wish list, but not a priority, lol. Fair enough.
I mean, fair.
I mean, in Lethal Company, 20 people go out and still only like 3 people come back.
True.
So, you know, I imagine somehow in this game, even if we had, like, you know,
An army.
20 people drop into the world because of their weird, like, you know, I will make it so it scales so every person who joins adds, like, you know, 10% to the boss's HP or some bullshit like that. You'd still need all 20 people to take out a fucking camp.
Oh god, imagine. Oh, that'd be so annoying.
Like, you picture it like 20 dickheads fucking dropping into the fucking map, and by the end of night 1, they've hit every camp and done every fucking fight, and there's nothing to do in day 2. But you know, because of weird balancing stuff that they'll introduce, it would instead be, you know, everyone's still only level 5 and we've hit like 4 camps, because you need the entire army to roll as 1 to do every camp.
Yeah.
Just keep on throwing bodies at it. We'll get it down eventually. I mean, even if we do get to up to 8 people, that means everyone can at least play one class.
Yeah? Actually, yeah.
That would be funny to see all 8 characters like roaming the map at once.
Yeah? Like, God, that would be fun. Or imagine 8 people of all the same people. Everyone
8 wilders.
8 wilders, 8 iron eye.
Taka, 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 taka.
Just machine gun enemies from across the map.
If you got like 8 guardians who knew what they're doing, even if someone went down, you know, like 5 people get knocked down, someone would just get all of them up again with their ult immediately.
Oh god, that would be cool!
Like, you'd basically designate, like, okay, your job is to save your ult forever until like a group of party goes down, then you bring everyone back up. And then your job is you get to spam your ult whenever you want. Whenever you think, you know, you can do some damage.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, we're about to enter the camp. Duchess does her ult. Now we're all invisible.
I mean, the worst thing is, like, even if 20 fucking invisible people ran in to fight the boss, that's still just by happenstance hit most of the people anywhere for wild swing because you would be surrounding them.
That's true. That's so true. Ah.
The
Like, in this
number
game,
of
if you're
bosses
like-
that are just bullyable because there's more than one person is hilarious, though.
Yeah.
I legitimately, until this game, did not know that you could fucking backstab the Night Cavalry.
Really? I feel like we've done it a few times before.
I know he done it in Seamless Golf a few times, but you don't really get to do it in, like, single player.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of characters I've learned that you can just stab in the back. And it's like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of characters you can't stab in the back, and it's like, why?
Why? Like the Seymours! Fuck the Seymours!
Like, the fact that, you know, I can go up to, like, one of the Omens and just consistently stab them in the back and they just don't get to play is very funny. But also, you know, they're like a Wrecking Ball-sized character, and you can seamlessly stab them in the back. But then the Seymour who are just like, they're regular humans, but a bit taller. They're immune to it.
They're not even regular humans, they're fucking toothpicks.
It's funny that with the Guardian's Whirlwind, You can launch an Omen, the big bowling ball fuckers, and yet the Zamors, they just like, eh.
They don't
They just
care.
stagger a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, not a full stagger, but they just kind of like, I get staggered at animation a little bit out of a damage thing, and it's like, why?
One of these things is not like the other.
One of these things doesn't belong.
Like, at least with, like, if we took a Crucible Knight and it's like, why can't you stab them in the back? It's like, to try and stab a Crucible Knight in the back, the audacity of you to even think that.
Right?
Crucible, you go up to the Crucible Knight getting ready to stab it in the back, it turns around and looks at you like, how dare, and then
It doesn't,
swipes you.
it doesn't even turn around. It does, like, the owl thing where its head spins around 180 to stare at you, just be like, what are you doing? And you're like, nothing. And you back away.
It's nothing, and then it tail swipes you.
Yeah? Genuinely, the audacity to think that you can fucking backstab one of those.
I mean, the only time you can backstab it is when it's sort of stunned.
I love that the word
I mean-
there is sort of.
Here's the thing, I will always like Crucible Knights as, like, a character because they have both the lore to back up their character, unlike a lot of characters who are just like, who's this guy? I don't know. So, Crucible Knights are like, they're cool because they have lore. The design's really nice. I wish we kind of, looked a bit like that in the armor rather than, like, the toothpick variant that we have. But yeah, you have the great thing where it's like, they're a knight, so if you get good, you can parry them. And it's nice to have an enemy that you can just consistently parry, unlike, pretty much everything else in the game that's like, you can parry me, but you have a 0.1% window to do it in this one attack, and nothing else.
Yeah.
Also, you have to do it 3 times in a row for me to actually stagger. But yeah, Crucible Knight, you look at it and it's exactly what you expect you would get. They're a giant brick wall who hits like a truck, but because they're so, slow and everything they do is just a power attack, a fast character can be like, haha, I duck in and stab you and duck out of the way before you can do anything about it.
Yup.
Speaking of Nightwing, because I watched some videos today. I just learned that the gaping jaw, when it grabs you and bites you, it heals.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I know it also gets a power-up buff, and I'm just like, shit. God, we need to get better at dodging the grab.
Like,
It's
in my
tough.
mind, it's like, maybe it's worth, like, the Guardian or the Raider getting grabbed because then it's, like, a good 5 seconds for everyone else to wail on it.
Huh?
But then I learned, like, it basically out-heals everyone else's damage, so it's like, nah, there's no real, like,
There's no benefit.
strategy to it.
Yeah, basically you just do not want to get grabbed, and because it gets buffed and it also heals, so it's just like, fuck.
Also, the character who can, like, live through a bite attack, like, Raider and Guardian and Wilder, are probably the characters you want to be hitting it anyway. So you don't really want them even doing the fucking, like, don't worry guys, I'll distract it.
Yeah. I'm like, I know there is one squishy character who could probably do enough damage, but also, she's squishy. I don't know about Recluse.
I think Recluse, like, next time we try again, I'm going to go back to Recluse as my main, because as much as I wish she had a holy attack and so on and so forth, I do know that, encasing herself in ice does make her effectively immortal.
Fair enough.
Like, I was trying out Guardian for it because he does a lot of, like, AoE attacks, but I know, for example, in like, what's the madness boss called?
Libra.
Libra. The Guardian can, when he pulls his shield out, can actually just like, block the entire madness thing, even if it comes out from his feet or above him.
Oh, nice.
But for the gaping jaw, it doesn't seem like he can do that. Like if there's like a lightning bolt that hits you in the head where you got your shield blocking, it still just hits you anyway, and you just get staggered because of it. It's like, all right, so being Guardians, not worth it essentially.
No, that is you so carried our last playthrough though. Like,
God, that dragon was
dragon.
such a bitch.
I was.
I am really hoping we don't. Like, I'm starting to feel like it might be because it's, the special boss, so they might actually have, like, mini bosses who are tied to it.
Yeah.
But I'm so, like, I like the Knight Cavalry, but I'm sick of fighting the 2 Knight Cavalry and then a dragon every time we fight the fucking dragon. The fucking guy.
Like, I don't mind the Knight Cavalry because they're easy, but I don't want the Ancient Dragon.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not even, like, after an easy boss. I just want something different because I'm bored of fighting them.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
Like, you have, I think someone said there's, like, 30-something different, like, Night 1 and Night 2 bosses that you can pull from. I'm sick of fighting the same 2 over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Like, if I could change, like, how Night Rain works, I wish encounters had more RNG to it, and then your weapons had less RNG.
Yeah.
Like, that would be my change, would add more RNG to one area, but then take away the RNG from some other areas.
Yeah. So, if we play again for the Gaping Jaw, I might not be as useful, because I really had a lot of fun playing the Duchess. It's just so much fun. Like,
I mean, I'll probably go back to Wild or Raider, I think, for the next run.
Fair enough.
I already said what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna do Recluse.
Yeah, well, if we got 2 squishier characters, I'm gonna go Raider then to be the poison tank.
Fair enough.
Squishy, he says about my recluse. He's right,
I mean, same with the Duchess. And unfortunately, I play her like a madwoman. I think I can take on the world, and then I immediately get one hit and go, oh! I forget.
She's gonna learn today.
Yeah, I forget. I can't take hits.
Like, I enjoy all the squishier characters in concept, but I've also come to learn that I like being able to be punched once and not immediately die.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Like, I feel like even when they're, like, higher levels, like, even if you get them to, like, the magical 15, which rarely happens. Being a squishy character sucks. I mean, it's just like, and then he backhands you and you die immediately. It's like, oh, is that full health?
Yeah.
This isn't fair or fun. Why is this character built like this?
Yeah, fair.
Well, you can do a lot of damage. Yeah, but I'm dead, so I'm not doing any damage.
Yeah.
But you can do a lot of damage. Okay, I hear your arguments, but have you considered that when I get hit once and am fucking making out with the floor, I am no longer making damage?
Yeah, like, this is how I kind of wish, I think I've said it before, but I'll say it on stream now. This is how I wish the weapon rewards worked. slot 1 can be literally anything. Like, it remains the same, like RNG, anything can show up, type thing.
Mm-hmm.
The second slot is an item that is specifically something your character is good in. So, it's not always their preferred weapon, but it is one of the things that, like, that character is going to prefer to use. So,
Yeah.
you're not going to be like, I'm the raider and a dagger showed up, for example. You're going to either get a colossal weapon, or a great sword, or basically a strength weapon. So slot 2 is always locked in, this is something this character likes to use. And then slot 3 can be whatever passive, like, they can always say, like, I have terrible luck and always seem to get fucking FP when I'm a fucking, like, tank character, and then when I'm a character that needs FP, it's like, have physical attack up.
Yeah. Like, no, that's like, not you, that's me too. That shit happens all the time. That's why I play Muscle Wizard.
So, I think, though, keeping that the same is still fine. I just wish that when it comes to, like, the free slot system, one of those slots is a bit more weighted in your favor. And that's all they need to change. Because having one slot where it's like, it can be fucking anything is still good because you're a team. And therefore it's like, oh, I don't need a fucking bow, but I have an eye and I have my team who needs a bow. Would you like this?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's really good. But just having a constant, man, I'm not having good rolls. Oh, no, but it's okay because I know a great sword is guaranteed to eventually appear for me in slot 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many times it's like, oh man, I'm just looking for a specific type of weapon, at least that my character can use. Hey, would you like a colossal weapon? None of us are raider.
even if there was a wild I'd still be like, do you want a colossal weapon? Because at least they could use it. But when you have like three dex characters, it's like, why the fuck are you giving me this?
Yeah. I remember like when we were doing, I think you were you were guardian, I was raider, and I don't remember, I think you were duchess, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I kept on getting passive abilities like health while you gain health while you're guarding, and I'm like, I don't guard. I'm very bad at it. I know, game, you're trying to tell me you should probably guard more, but still.
Here's the thing, I don't feel like, you say like the game telling you to guard, I still feel like, there are not a lot of characters who should be guarding.
Like, I've been told that guards are basically always going to 100% guard physical damage. But I kind of don't give a fuck.
Look, I like to just run in there and hit. If I get hit back, then, well, that's my own fault.
Yeah.
Like, you have a character that's built around shields. If I'm going to use, that kind of playstyle, I'm going to play that character.
Yeah.
Like, I know that the raider can carry a big ass shield and then have a big ass weapon in the other hand, and that is a strategy. But you know what else is a good strategy for the raider? Having 2 big ass weapons.
Yeah.
You know what's also a good strategy? I know, like, fucking Wilder has a shield that, he can parry. I fucking immediately throw it away and just have 2 swords.
Like, I will hold on to that shield until the last run in case we run into a Crucible Knight or something that I know I'm like, I can parry this to death. But that's me.
Yeah.
I'm also like, the second I have 2 great swords in my hand, that shield's very rarely coming out if I don't just ditch it from like something that's like, oh, well, this is in your inventory, you get, like, passive regeneration and HP. It's like, oh, well, shield gets thrown on the floor now, and this becomes my new, like, thing in my inventory that does nothing.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah.
Just drops the shield on the ground.
I mean, I'm very quick to ditch my fucking starting staff. I kid you not, the amount I genuinely get annoyed at my staff being immediately on my first slot, despite the fact that makes sense. I immediately equip it to my offhand and I'm gonna start go punching things.
Fair enough.
That is how I play the recluse.
I wish for magic classes, so the recluse and the revenant, and basically everyone actually who has any form of magic. I wish they ditched the fucking like, oh, you're out of FP. Let me fucking like look at my staff in confusion and scratch my head and like try and use it again and fail and scratch my head again. I wish they get rid of that shit and just be like, I'm out of magic. Let me fucking swing it like a club now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, once you're out of FP, it just becomes a club. That's all I need to change for that. Instead of your character going into this winded animation that I know you can dodge roll out of, but I've also noticed, but it takes, if you actually let it play out, it's like, why is this so long?
Yeah.
Like, they try to cast with it, they can't try to cast with it, they fail, and then they look at it, then they scratch their head, then they try to cast again, then they look at it, then they scratch their head, and it's like, then it dawns on them, oh, I'm out of FP, I can't use this anymore, and it's like, why is this so extensive?
They thrust their hand forward, they tilt the wand, they tilt their head, they scratch their head, and then they kind of like swing this fucking thing about like it's somehow out of batteries. As if though you, the fucking player, wasn't the battery.
Yeah.
It is a very long animation. And I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely hate the staffs. Unironically dislike the staffs. Because I have unironically gotten a staff that's like, it does rot damage. When the fuck is that ever gonna come in? When is that ever gonna come into effect?
Fair. Even if you two-hand a staff, does it work to smack?
Not really.
Hmm.
I think if you do like, if you two-hand the staff, and then you do L2, it'll fucking do a smack, but it is like the wimpiest, slowest swing in the fucking existence.
Like, I think you can do a jump attack with it as well, but no, your character will still just try to cast a spell with it, I think, by default.
Oh. That's kind of lame.
Oh, but it does rot now, guys. No, it fucking doesn't!
You have to hit it with the actual staff. Page, yes.
Sad indeed.
You know, I'm a little sad about the ant spurs. Because I remember them having two conditions on them, basically like poison and rot, or like bleeding and rot. And I'm like, oh yeah, I could do both of them to the gaping jaw. It was only rot. Granted, rot is better than poison, but still.
I believe it has rot and bleed on it, but then you can change its ash of war to give it either frost or poison.
Yeah.
So you can have three elements.
I'm guessing that's
So it is
a
a very. So that's a base game.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they keep the rot on it for the ant spur in Night Rain, and then you might still like get fucking bleed on it.
Okay.
But it has, but you know, it could be literally anything because of how their passive system works, which I like a lot. Being able to like find a weapon and be like, I know that normally doesn't bleed people, but I'm glad it does now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, the strongest item in Night Rain is the Recluse's shirt.
Yep. Like that spear I found for our last run last night, where it was like, it does fire damage and bleed damage and has a chance to put things to sleep. It's like, I know that this weapon doesn't do any of that in the base game, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like, I am glad that there is a way to guarantee to have the weapon you want by equipping a bunch of shit to your fucking like starting character to be like, your starting weapon does cross damage and bleed damage and poison damage. And it's like, okay, it's cool that I can do that, but it also means I can't equip fucking anything else because I'm using all my rune slots to have a good weapon.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, equipping stuff that's like, the cooldown on your Asher War is lessened by like 5% or something like that. Like, I'm giving up the opportunity to have like passives built around other parts of my character to guarantee that I will have a sword that by the end of the game will be a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be a very good sword because, you know, it's going to be the base sword and the Asher War is probably going to be shit and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it also won't have like a passive skill tied to it. But, you know, it will at least be a weapon with the element I need to fight this boss.
Yeah.
It will do the job that it was designed to do at the end of the day. There we go. Good gracious. And in case anyone is wondering why we are talking about the Gaping Maw when it's like the second boss that, you know, you can do. It's like the first boss you can do after Try Doggy events.
Very stupid events. Like, I complained about this last time when we were actually playing it, but bringing in a harder version of a boss fight as a, like, limited time event. I know other games like Monster Hunter and stuff does shit like that, and it's fine. I think why this one upsets me so much is they're also locking a second store behind it. Like, in-game store with in-game currency, like, you're not using real money on it, but it's another store to unlock that then allows you to then buy other stuff that are part of the game. But you're also then locking it behind an event quest that is limited time. So if you miss out for either because you just can't beat it because you're not good enough, or some other reason, like you just don't have time to play, so eventually it disappears and you miss your chance.
So,
You're taking away from people who are then like, so cool, I just don't get the store then. And it's like, it's a bit different than like you missing out on like a cosmetic, for example, like Monster Hunter does.
I think the story's gonna, well, obviously stay, right? But the boss is gonna rotate into different bosses.
Rotate. Banana.
Hearing that all of them but the final boss is in the rotation, I'm not excited for the fucking Centaur, considering the Centaur was the one that... I'm also not excited for Libra. Also not excited for Tridoggy, funny enough.
I'm actually excited for Try Doggy.
It depends.
I'm excited for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that was all it was. Like, we're rotating some hard boss fights that are optional. I just don't like that they're hiding other parts of the game behind event quests. It feels kind of scummy, is all I'm gonna say. I don't know what it is. I can't point it down to a science or anything like that. It is just me personally. I feel them locking game mechanics behind event quests, and not just like minor shit like cosmetics, but like an actual store, like an actual part of the game to then go and buy upgrades for your characters that then change the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Locking that behind time exclusive shit pisses me off, and I'm very upset to see that From Software has done this.
Fair enough. I don't like that it's rotating. That's the thing. I wish that it's like, okay, it's here, and like maybe like in a month or so we're gonna release the next one, and you can challenge it as many times as you want. Because God knows.
The way that I will specifically word it is, I think the way that my brain wants to view it is that it would be better if they, much like, oh hey, the fucking swamp of Aeonia showed up in the middle of your run. If it's a possibility that happens to the boss after you've defeated it the first time.
That'd be interesting.
Actually, I was thinking about it just then, and I think I kind of know why this is upsetting me so much. If they are willing to be like, oh, here is a time-exclusive boss fight, and if you beat it, it will unlock a second in-game store for you to go to buy upgrade material for your characters and stuff. If they're willing to do that, I feel like that's where most companies have their foot in the door to then be like, oh hey, if you beat this time-exclusive boss, which you can only fight for the next month, you get to unlock a new character.
Oh.
If you beat this time-exclusive boss that you can only play for the next week, you get to unlock a new map.
Oh, you know what? I didn't.
That's what's upsetting me. If they are willing to do that, I feel like that's where I see pretty much that's where Monster Hunter essentially went for me, where it was. We're not just unlocking, they've backed off a bit from what I can see in Wilds, where it is just cosmetics, which I'm happy for. But when it's like, here's a time exclusive, you only get to fight this monster once and that's it, never again. And but then we're going to hide an actual, big part of the game behind it. And that way we can keep you playing the game at all times, because of FOMO.
Yeah.
Fucking hate FOMO, my dude.
That's what I'm afraid of, I'm praying that From Software isn't like that. But I've seen so many other companies who start like this, and then become really bad because of it. It's basically the MMO fucking, to keep people constantly on our server and always playing, we're going to add as much time-exclusive bullshit as we can, so that if you miss out on it because you weren't playing all the time, you're going to feel really bad that you missed out. And therefore you're guaranteed to be in the next event, and the next event, and the next event.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, them being like, oh, we've got a store, and you can only access the store if you beat this boss, but you only have a month to do it, and then we're taking the boss away. It's making my skin crawl, essentially.
It's giving you shitty MMO practices vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, you mentioned Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't know what might have happened, but I got a news, I didn't fully read it because, paid news sites, I don't really want to pay. It said that Monster Hunter's Wilds, Steam reviews just got really negative all of a sudden. And when I went to look, apparently one of his recent updates has warped the game on Steam.
I mean, it is Capcom.
Bliss?
I was reading them now.
Uh-huh.
So, I haven't played since the last update when they brought in the fucking, Lightning Dragons special form.
Uh-huh.
And I joined in and played with that for a bit, and then I haven't really played it since, so... If there's new shit I don't know. This is the first time I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Looking at the reviews right now, most of them are like, you actually can't play the game anymore. Or the new performance update that they brought out is made it actually unplayable. So, I'm going to assume that they brought something out and has broke everyone's game.
Yeah. I know people on Steam are very, very pissed.
Unfortunately, for whatever retarded reason, and I say whatever retarded reason because the prevalency of PC gaming has thoroughly increased, and for some reason, at this given point in time, they have decided that optimizing for consoles is the way to go.
Apparently, optimizing for consoles is a lot simpler than for computers.
I mean, fair. It makes sense that optimizing for console is a lot simpler than for computers because, well, I mean, for a computer, for a console, it's the same system for all of them. It's just one and done. For a computer, it's like, do they have NVIDIA? Do they have AMD? Do they have this other fucking graphics card?
Yeah.
I mean, the answer for it is very simple, it's just that no one fucking does it. Instead of optimizing on your latest gaming rig that has only just come out, like every company seems to do for some reason,
Yeah.
optimize on the computer that's like a generation or two older.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's literally the answer. Just optimize on an older computer. That way, people who have those older computers can still play on like high-ish graphics and all these other things running still perfectly fine.
Mm.
And then the people who have supercomputers, they can run on the highest graphics and it's also a light like feeling on their computer, allowing them to run multiple things at once like people like to do these days.
Yeah.
True. But then the graphics card company will go out of business. Or whatever, something like that. I don't fucking know.
Like, the thing is, it wouldn't, because
I know, I'm just...
there would still be reasons to buy the higher graphics stuff to run multiple things, and eventually stuff would still get better and stuff like that. Like, nothing would change except more people could play your fucking game, and therefore more people would buy it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm doing the stupid argument, as some people would probably do.
Reduction to the absurdum.
I won't be making a profit if we make it optimal for older consoles. Or, it's like you probably would make more money.
I mean, it's just like fucking Rockstar's thing about why the new GTA 6 isn't coming to PC. It's like, this is a terrible thought process by obviously people in like a bunch of suits in office who made this idea because they don't understand how the world works.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Honestly, I'm gonna sound like an absolute elitist, but I fucking miss the days and like, oh hey, the X person made a video game. Oh cool. Why? Because they really just like video games.
Okay, I'll put it this way because I decided to jump to Monster in the Wild. I'm seeing a lot of screen tearing, like every time I try to move around, so it is not running as well as it used to.
Ooh.
But the big thing that is immediately catching my eye, I'm in the World Hub right now, like the big hub they just introduced where everyone can hang out together, because you can't normally do that. But like when the game first came out, so a hub where you can finally see everyone running around together.
Yep.
Normally this thing is packed, like I want to see like, 10 to 20 people and their palicos all running around at once at most times, jumping, doing quests and stuff like that. I see 2 other people.
Oh.
Okay, so that might be an issue with, the update, or an issue, a completely different issue with the update.
Either that or there's no content.
Like you are either running into the issue of It's empty because the fucking update fucked everyone over that hard. Or
Fair.
the update, in an attempt to optimize, made it so that there were less people on screen.
But it's
Like, either there are people around me, but I just can't see them because things aren't working very well,
Mhm.
or there is no one around me because everyone is actually just not here and everyone left. And honestly, I'm not sure which one's worse. Both
Yeah.
are pretty bad.
Everyone has moved on to Night Rain. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. You know, I am upset that, like, there's probably so many influencers who are fucking playing Night Rain and they're like, it's too easy. I'm gonna make it harder, and then they gave us this fucking monstrosity of a boss.
Like, that's, like, I am very happy for people like Vardy Video who exist to deep dive into this world in a way I never would to find all its secrets.
Yeah.
But also it's people like that, like him and Rusty and people like that who are like, I do this for my living, I play 100 hours a fucking week, yada yada yada. Who then come into the game, beat a boss with their fucking eyes closed and their hands behind their back and stuff like that, and then they're like, man, these boss fights are so fucking easy. And then complain to Front Software to making them harder. And it's like, you do not represent what I feel like is the majority of the community. Please shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, we enjoy you, but you're not us.
Yeah, like I finished watching a person today he fought all the Night Lords on level 1. And he's like, I did this because the game was too easy. Shut the fuck up. Also,
your
I'm playing it
fucking
on
face.
single player because it's totally harder.
Shut the fuck up, you
Man.
fucking asshole.
I enjoyed the video, but still.
I just got a fucking video of some people I watch who are like, we decided to fight all the fucking Night Lords, or without weapons, just punching them to death because the game was too easy, we needed a challenge. I'm like, shut the fuck up, please. I get it, you're good, and I appreciate how good you are, and how much time you've sunk into this game shows. But please stop telling From Software that their game is bad and their bosses are easy, because they're not. You do not represent the majority of people who play this game.
Yeah. Like, I'm not,
Yeah, this isn't also, you know, guy who is bad at video games screams and cloud. I feel like I am decent at these games.
yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm dog shit at this.
I don't feel like this is like, you know, game journalist guy who doesn't know how to jump screaming because the game is too hard. Or, you know, guy who decided to fight the tree sentinel as soon as he'd walked out of the tutorial 100 times and couldn't beat it, so he left and didn't look at the rest of the game.
Right?
I don't feel like I'm these people. I feel like I've beaten the game, I've got all the endings, I've done literally everything you can, I want to say, realistically do in Elden Ring, because I know I haven't done everything, but I feel like I've done everything that makes sense to do.
Yeah.
I have played other Dark Souls titles and beaten them. I feel like I am an average player of the game. And I have a hard time with some of these bosses. So when you then come along and say this is too easy, make it harder, and then they fucking do, I am the one suffering.
Yeah. The Cuphead review. Yeah. I know that, like, say, for Night Rain, I feel like I am somewhat decent, because I know that I had my moment where it was just me and another player, and I managed to pull my weight in that, but holy shit, I can't do that at 100 all the time. I can't pull 100% all the time.
Yeah, you can't just fucking lock in on command. You can't lock in on command, it just happens.
Yeah.
I feel like we have all had a moment in the game where we had to carry the other two people. Mine was last night. Richard had it the other day with I, where me and Ren were unconscious for like half the fight.
Oh,
Ren has had his moments where we have been unconscious, just waiting for him to also die and for the game to end, but he just didn't, and then he fought for another 10 minutes and almost won the game by himself.
I believe that one
We've
was...
all
was
had moments of locking in.
Yeah. For me, I believe it was... I was playing the Recluse versus the fucking, Scorpion and Moth.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
you fucking locked in on that.
Like, we've all had moments of locking in and being like, man, we're actually really fucking good at this game when we need to.
My moment, sadly, was not with you guys. I was with a rando. Where we had 3 people and then one person ducked out right at the final boss.
Oh, that sucks.
And it was just me and a Wilder, and I was playing Iron Eyes, and just like, it was against Libra of all things too, and I just locked in for some reason.
But like, locking in it's intense locking in.
It was intense. It felt great, but like, after a while, I was just like, I need a miniature brain.
Yeah, no, that's the thing about locking in. It is exhausting to stay locked in. Like, you physically get tired because you locked in. You're like, oh, thank God, that's over.
It felt like
If I was going to rate us as a group out of 10 of like where we fall on the community of people who play these games, I feel like we're a solid 6. We are above average, where we can consistently beat a bunch of the bosses, but still struggle with a lot of the game.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like we are a good idea what the average people from what especially like with randos, I feel fucking like, I know what the community is like now as like a whole, when it comes to skill level. And I'll be honest, whenever I see a YouTuber come in to be like, this game's fucking easy, make the difficulty like 10 times harder, I want to punch them. I want to hit them and be like, shut the fuck up.
For every person who can do a boss hit list, there's like 100 people who struggle with it.
For every person who can do the boss hit list with their eyes closed and only using fist weapons, for everyone of those exists, there's 100 people who just beat the game with no flasks left on, like, you know, it was literally, this was it, if I hit them, I win, if they hit me, I lost.
Alternative to that, not only people who just barely scraped by, the people who died at the same time that they killed the fucking boss, and are just hoping and praying that fucking enemy defeated shows up before you die.
Oh God, yeah.
We cannot forget those fallen heroes.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like a challenge, but play stop saying the game's easy. Yep. Go back to base Elden Ring and crank the game up to like 10 times difficulty like you like to play on, and leave the rest of us alone, please. Stop making the rest of us suffer because you're bored.
Yeah. Kind of circling back to the seamless co-op. It's so sad that there are so many people who are like, your mod doesn't work on pirated versions. It's like, why would they make it work for pirated versions?
Not
That's
his
like,
monkey, not his circus. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, who in their right mind would expect a person to make a mod work on a pirated version of the game? There's a lot of entitled people. It's so weird.
It is unfortunately not weird. Like, I can say that I am lucky enough to sometimes look at a video game, point at it, that, and say want, and then somehow end up with that game. And I know that there are many people who can't. But if you're gonna pirate a video game, do not expect it to work at max capacity, because it fucking won't. And it never should.
I miss the good old days of where pirated games seemed like cursed games.
Yeah, with the era of you pirated a game, therefore have a creepypasta instead.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'll be honest, that as far as things go, recently not really been in. I looked at new games and just the urge to be like, I want that. It doesn't arise anymore. It's just new games haven't been doing it.
I feel like when there's actually a new game that we actually want, we make sure to actually have the money for it.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing when it comes to, like, Matt said, like, there aren't been many new games that I wanted lately. I feel like that was the case, and then 3 games came out at once, so I was like, oh yeah, I want all of these.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, Deltarune and Night Rain, and what else came out at the same time as these two?
There was a third one as well, I remember. I can't remember what it was, though.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that high on the priority list.
Clearly, it was not that important.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I bought it, so it was somewhat in priority.
I wonder which game it was, then.
Hang on, I'll look at it in a second, once I'm out of this.
Fair enough. For me, the game that came out that I was interested in around the same time, but I didn't actually want, was Secret of the Mimic. I don't know, I still love FNAF every now and then.
Five Nights at Freddy's is still very fun.
It's fun, it's stupid, but it's fun.
And I feel that is important, because the amount of things where we can just say, that's stupid, but God, is it fun, that number has decreased. I feel that too many people are too hung up on things not being stupid.
Oh, Oblivion.
Oh, that's right. I feel that too many people are.
Like, to me, I was like, there's no games other than, like, Digimon that comes out at the end of the year that I give a shit about, so, you know, I feel like I'm pretty good when it comes to games. Then, you know, Oblivion got fucking shutter released by Bethesda to be like, look what we made. And we're like, fucking, excuse me? And then Toby was like, hey, chapter 4 and 5 are out now. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then Night Rain's like, well, you had an idea that I was coming around this time, and now I'm coming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you all coming out now? How dare you?
Yeah. The game.
Like, if Digimon was also out now, I would be very broke. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair enough. I think so. The game that might make us be like, ah, shit, we need to get that now is Silk. If it does,
if it does come out.
Yeah, if its prediction of this year is true.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
No.
Like,
I'm still like 2026.
Fair enough.
Fuck, I don't even believe 2026. I will believe Silk Song's release date when it says out today.
Fair enough.
So, here's why I'm like, probably next year. If it was just Nintendo's, like, 5-second clip and nothing else, I'd be like, you guys are getting excited over fucking nothing. But the fact they put the same 5-second clip into, like, PlayStation now, and I think Xbox also had it, I'm like, okay, the fact you showed it 3 times in all the consoles, essentially, you're obviously trying to get into people's heads again. So
there's
you're thinking of it coming out.
There's another one, because I was looking at a person talk about the Steam Deck, and they showed it on that too.
So it's like the Lenovo something, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of companies are trying to get into handhelds now.
To be fair, I feel that Steam is doing it as we're trying to properly optimize the Steam OS.
Yes, and the Steam Deck and stuff like that, but If I was still into the Switch, I would have been like, that's kind of a game that you might be running a little late to. But considering the Switch's recent developments,
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh yeah, this is a weird one, and I'm only bringing it up because the Switch came up. Apparently, if you take like a Switch 2 cartridge that is like most of the Switch 2 games, which are just Switch 1 games, the game will run on the Switch 1.
Yeah. It just won't have all the Switch 2 bonuses to it.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you bought the new, say, Zelda game, for example, and then put it in your Switch 1, so Breath of the Wild for the Switch 2 and put it in the Switch 1, all the new stuff that they added to Breath of the Wild, like the new fucking stuff, the Easter eggs and stuff to hunt for, they won't be in your copy of Switch 1.
Mm.
You know, I will say I know how the industry will be fucking dead at the end of the year.
Mm.
So, Expedition 33 was like the top selling game of this year for like months.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's finally been overtaken as the most bought game of all time by fucking Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch 2.
Gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, if we get to the end of the year and Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch 2 wins Game of the Year, I'll know the industry is officially dead, is all I'm gonna say.
Fair?
I mean, unfortunately for us, we also live in the time period when fucking Elden Ring, the DLC, was Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So, although to be fair, we can't really put too much weight on those nominations, considering, you know, here's the Game of the Year, and here's the Player's Choice. You mean the real Game of the Year?
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to the actual Game of the Year, I wait for what Steam has to say because that's actually the Game of the Year.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Like, when Steam comes out, it's like, alright, here's all the statistics of the most played game and the most bought game, and then we put it to a vote to let people say what their favorite game was. When all that comes out, and they're like, and the winner is this game by, like, a huge margin. Like Blatcher last year.
You're right.
It's like, okay, I know what the Game of the Year was. It doesn't matter what you said it was.
Yup.
Like, I don't remember who won last year, but I know that the actual Game of the Year that everyone would have picked was Blatcher. But you know, it's an indie game, so of course it can't win. We can't have our beloved AAA companies look bad in front of an indie game.
That reminds me of that news story from last week where someone hijacked the shipment of Switch 2s. That's a criminal act. You probably shouldn't do that.
Also, you know,
It's also not fucking worth it.
Nintendo 100% has those serial numbers on fucking file. And as soon as they were told that this shipment of Switch 2s just got stolen, they're gonna send out the code and deactivate them remotely.
As you know, as they said they can because it's their legal right.
Well, we're not buying a Switch 2, right? We're renting it.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yes,
Honestly,
you're buying. Yes, it's in your house, and yes, you will have it forever because you paid real money for it. And they're not gonna like come and kick down your door and actually take it off for you like you actually are renting something. But you know, if you misuse it in a way we don't like, we'll just turn it off forever.
I think the thing that pisses me off is that Nintendo literally just said, if we hear that about you, like, modifying things, right? But that is such a empty and broad term that you could be talking... I don't know why you would be, but you could be talking to your friend on the Switch about having modded Skyrim, and they'll be like, oh, they said mods, shut it down.
What about if you decide that you want to decorate the case?
Does that count?
But
Never know.
I mean, that's why I put a camera in it so I can physically look at you and the fucking Switch to be like, oh, they changed something, turn it off.
Oh, what's that? They decided to have the camera face the wall? Turn it off. Honestly, Nintendo got so fucking scummy.
Here's the thing, I feel like Nintendo was always scummy. We just didn't pay too much attention because the good outweighed the bad.
Yeah.
But the bad just kept getting worse and worse and worse every year to the point where it's like, now it's here and we're like, oh wow, this is really bad.
Yeah, hackers will probably eventually find a way to circumvent the back door, but it's gonna take a bit.
I think they already mildly found a way, but it's, like, barely the beginning steps.
A way to make something on it, but it's still beginning.
To be fair, encoding the first step is always the biggest one.
Go ahead, you can say Blue.
I was just like, here's like the good news, I will say, even that, you know, it's still not the best because it's still just another fucking of the big three doing stuff, but one thing I will say about like everyone else bringing out their new handheld, while Microsoft is long dead to me as like a company because they annoy me too much.
Yeah.
What
Man,
Digimon
your
game is
handheld.
this? This is not Digimon, this is Pseudoregalia. Just read them on mod. Go on.
The new like handheld that Microsoft has just brought out. It has done a lot of things right. It is, in a lot of ways, better than the Switch 2. Like, it has better battery life, it has more memory. But I think what really puts it over the top is because it's Microsoft and therefore can run Windows and therefore can run Steam. And then they're like, yeah, you can run your Steam games on it.
Yeah.
This is the first time now that you can go out and essentially buy an Xbox. And then if you have a Steam account, you can play PlayStation games. And it's real, and that's honestly what we've needed for the longest time, because what's really killed everything since the beginning of time when it comes to console wars was the exclusives.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that we can now be like, oh cool, I can now play something, I can play a PlayStation exclusive on Xbox and actually compare the two, like, directly.
Yeah.
We can now finally say which one's better.
True.
And therefore we can be like, okay, this console is the better one for the consumer, and put the money into it, rather than just being like, well, I really want this game. It doesn't matter if it's good for me or not, because I don't have a choice.
Yep.
That is honest. Like, if Nintendo didn't have Nintendo exclusives,
Ah, yes.
and it was on everything, I don't think they would have the power that they have.
True.
I know that's like, you know, not the biggest like brain thing to say, but Nintendo gets given a lot of like leeway simply because people want to play Mario, and there's only one way to play Mario, and therefore we have to say yes, Nintendo, to everything they do.
Yeah.
But you know, if Mario wasn't an exclusive and would appear on an Xbox game, for example, or PlayStation game, or PC game, I don't think they would be the big fucking like, pay $1,000 for our new shit like they are right now. You want to Switch too? Give us $1,000.
Eat a dick.
Like, we could literally say, eat a dick and go play Mario Kart on the PC, for example.
Yeah.
We would see actual, you know, results rather than fucking everyone having to bend over backwards and the Switch 2 now being the fastest and highest selling console of all time again.
Yeah. I think the other thing that basically kills the games is the fact that, you know, they do that shit, and because they do that shit, they're allowed to basically kill innovation because, well, no one's allowed to fucking argue with us. Like the competition is what makes them make better consoles, and they've effectively said we don't want to do competition, we just want to win.
Yeah.
I mean, the competition was also what made them take risks, and that's what we got all those good games in the past. And now these days we get the same thing repeated 1,000 times.
Like, to a degree, I think...
Like, everyone complains, like, you know, every shooter is just Call of Duty. But that's because it's safe, and I know they'll succeed with that. What happened when, you know, we had all the different types of shooters who were all competing against each other, like you had the Call of Duty and the Battlefront, the Halos, and all these other games all competing against it, and they were all different, was because of that environment.
Yeah.
So
But
what
now
I'll
everything has to be Call of
say,
Duty.
what I will say is that I think that exclusives aren't necessarily a bad thing. Is that they stopped trying to grab the audience from the others, and that's where the issue really starts, because technically speaking, Mario was just a tech demo. This is what the Nintendo can handle, just like Crash Bandicoot was a tech demo. This is what PlayStation can handle.
I mean, Crash Bandicoot was so ahead of its time, they had to bring out whole new formulas that actually change how the PlayStation reads the code to make it do the things they wanted to do.
Amazing. But yeah, no, I think that they should be doing that. They should be doing things that force the game, that forces the hand to go, we gotta push further.
Like, honestly, the reason why in the worst timeline is because Sega lost.
True. Actually, true.
Everyone celebrated, like all the Nintendo kids are like, yeah, we beat Sega. We're now into hell because of that. If Sega was still around and we still had actual competition, things wouldn't be as shit as they are.
As a previous Nintendo kid, I didn't know what a Sega was.
Sega.
Sega.
Yeah,
I think my introduction
how
to
we live in.
Sega was that my aunt had a Sega, and I played Jet Set Radio on it. So, you know, pretty good fucking introduction to Sega. The graffiti game, guys. The graffiti game.
Yep. All the more reason to support indies. Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would say don't really buy AAA games unless it's like something you really, really want. Like, because I'm not fucking gonna be here like, oh yes, my record is pristine, I never buy AAA. No, I buy a fuck ton of AAA. I fucking got Night Rain. But I don't view it as supporting Bandai Namco so much as I view it as supporting FromSoft.
Is it AAA?
Technically, but it's the same way that Baldur's Gate 3 is AAA.
The company itself isn't AAA, but the publisher is.
Yeah. Like, they themselves are probably only AA. But but they aren't one of the big AAA companies, so technically it's not that. But at the same time it is.
speaking of AAA successes that, deserved it, Nier Automata. Yoko Taro has gone on record saying that the reason that games suck so much is because we have less weirdos in the fucking industry.
Probably.
And to be fair, I agree, because the weird people have the fun ideas. Because the normal people have the safe ideas. That's how you end up with 20 fucking Call of Duties.
I mean, also another reason is because all the weird people we used to have in the industry have left.
Yeah.
Like, when
They
a company
got
comes
kicked
out
by
these
the
days, they're like,
quote-unquote normal people.
like, when a game comes out these days and it's like, from the people who brought you this game.
No, they
It's like,
didn't.
Are the people who made that game still in the company? No.
Then don't fucking lie to me. Right?
We brought you Dragon Age Origin. Okay, did anyone who worked on Dragon Age Origin, are they still in the company? No! We're all brand new.
Stop wearing the things I like as a fucking mask. You're not them. I was going to say, right? Because as a game streamer, it is mildly my job to also sort of become a React streamer whenever a fucking like Nintendo Direct comes out. I'm just sitting here like, I don't like Nintendo anymore. I don't care to watch Nintendo Directs. And I know that there's like what essentially is PlayStation ripping off Nintendo with the State of Play, and Xbox is doing the same thing as well. I don't care about you guys. With the React streamer shit out of the way, though, fucking Power World update coming up soon. And I am hyped for that. How are you guys feeling about the Terraria Power World update?
I'm excited. I haven't seen anything Nintendo. I wanted to see the Super Mario remake. I didn't see Mario remake. I wanted it, and then I heard some of the music, and I was just like, oh. I was very sad by the new music, except for like the music that actually was like 100% new. I know that they have that GameCube badge that allows you to hear the old music, which it's happy, but like it kind of killed my drive for it. I don't know why the music takes so much, like it was so much
Has so much weight.
yeah.
Well, nostalgia is.
I wish that instead of getting like 1,000-year doll for the 20,000th time, like I seem to be like I feel like we're going to get soon.
Yeah.
They just made a new Paper Mario.
No, they can't do new Paper Marios. They don't know how to do that anymore.
Yeah, they kind of suck at making Paper Mario, actually. Getting 1,000-year door was hopefully them learning how to make a properly good new Paper Mario, but they kind of suck at it.
Remember, the last time they tried to make a new Paper Mario, we got the Origami King.
Origami King is apparently okay. It's not the greatest, but it's okay.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. We haven't had a Paper Mario since 1,000-Year Door.
Fair.
Hey, wait.
Say that.
No. Super Paper Mario was actually fun. Like, it wasn't the greatest, but it was still fun.
Metroid was fun, but not worth the console. Fair! Very fair.
Look, I'll say this what I've always said about Metroid. It is a good franchise based on the wrong company.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of I feel like Metroid has a lot of potential that Nintendo just doesn't know how to fucking tap into.
Yeah.
The problem with it is, even if they don't really, like, you know, they release other games obviously and stuff like that, but Nintendo wants its stupid fucking, like, we're family-friendly bullshit, anyone can play a Mario game. And because of that, they squander the Metroid, instead of making it, like, the more adult game that it should be.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of squandering things, fucking, like, it's not a thing that I fucking personally played into, but F-Zero could easily have a very fun fucking plot, as opposed to just being generic space racer.
I mean, just look at the anime.
Yeah. Wait, there's an anime. Holy shit, I need to watch that now. I will take you up on that
That's
advice.
where the meme comes from, with the fucking punch, and he punches the guy into the sun. Captain fucking dies at the end. Spoilers.
Oh.
You know what? I'm not even surprised at this point.
How could you? You spoiled this 20-year-old game.
Come on, let me out. I know I can. Let me out! Let me out!
Do you think they passed? Oh, never mind.
I think so. I don't remember that being that hard to pull off. To be fair, it's also been a very long time.
Fair enough.
I'll give Nintendo this. They are very good at character design.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pikachu, Mario, and Link get all the work. Samus, Fax, and Captain Falcon get shafted into the corner.
Yeah.
Honestly, fair? Because, Jesus Christ, man, what's the last time that I played a fucking Star Fox that wasn't just a remake of Star Fox 64?
Still quite funny that, like, Captain Falcon and Fox and all that are such iconic, like, characters in Smash Bros. Because, you know, they each have their own, like, niche thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nintendo should know that they're popular characters, and they still don't do anything with them.
I feel like
Yeah.
the thing that, to me, it bothers me personally, but that's because I'm not a big fan of Fire Emblem, is just, there's so much Fire Emblem. And I just don't see I just don't see the hype behind it.
Like I keep saying, Fire Emblem isn't your game, so that's why you don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, you know, they sell very, very well. That's why they keep making them. So, comparing, like, Star Fox and stuff to Fire Emblem isn't fair because Nintendo knows they're going to make money with Fire Emblem because they keep making them and keep doing well with them.
Mm.
Nintendo hasn't made a Star Fox to know if it's good or not. That's the issue.
That's true.
Like, if they would make Star Fox and it didn't sell well, like a new Star Fox, not just another remake of 64, like an actual new Star Fox, at least then they could be like, well, it didn't sell well, so there obviously isn't an audience for it. But they don't. They have not made Star Fox. They have not made fucking F-Zero. we finally got a fucking Metroid, so hopefully we might see more Metroid, but also at the same time, Nintendo's kind of dead to me at this point in, like, console-wise, so it doesn't matter if they make a new one, because I won't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that they don't have an excuse for Metroid. I don't know about Star Fox, but for Metroid, I feel they don't have an excuse. Because I'm pretty sure Metroid Dread sold really fucking well.
I think it did.
Yeah. I think Nintendo saw. Oh no! Hopefully,
Nintendo
no.
saw the Star Fox pornography and went, "Oh God." I mean, I believe it, considering one of the main things they did was fucking just delete Crystal from existence.
I know Star Fox Adventure was considered not to be a great game, but I really fucking love Star Fox Adventure.
I too like Star Fox Adventure. Like, I know it's probably just the furry in me talking, but, you know, Star Fox Adventure was a good game.
I know many people lamented what it could have actually been.
I can't lament what it could have been, because aside from, you know, just the trailers seemed like just pre-rendered cutscenes, we didn't really have much to go off of.
True. True.
I'll say this. As much as, like, you know, the joke is that, like, they'll just make porn out of the game and stuff like that, I kind of wish Nintendo would just hire a bunch of furry fucking developers and artists to just make a Star Fox. Because I feel like they would treat it really well and give us a really fucking good game.
Yeah.
And also, you know, make the characters look really fucking good. Not just in, like, a pervy way, but just, like, graphically good.
I don't know why a lot of companies have been listening to people who say ugly characters good. And then when people complain about, you know, I like a pretty looking character, you get called a pervert for that. It's like, I mean, yes, I specifically am, but most people like pretty characters. That's not a pervert thing, that's just people like that.
My big complaint is when they, you know, take a character who has pre-existed in the game's media and their earlier thing and been like, we're gonna now hit them with an ugly stick. It's like,
oh yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, call back to Yoko Taro saying I like pretty girls, and I agree with him, yes. Why did you make Tsubi so pretty? I like pretty girls. That's all the reasoning you need. Like, go on.
I was just gonna say, I liked Inquisition for what it was for Dragon Age, but there are some characters in that game who, obviously, you know, it was the Origin fucking 2010 graphics, so I say hot and attractive and stuff like that with a grain of salt because it's, you know, PlayStation, like Xbox fucking 360 graphics.
Fair.
But, you know, they were designed to obviously be attractive as how they're meant to look. And then they show up in the new game, and it looks like they've hit every branch after falling out of a tree all of a sudden, and you're like, why have you done this to them?
Fair.
Like, one character I'll say, I still think she's a great character, and I like her a lot. Her introduction to Dragon Age was in a Japanese anime cartoon. So, you know, she is anime hot, essentially.
Ah.
And when she showed up in Inquisition, she doesn't look like, even if it's a different art style, she doesn't even look like if you took the character and put it into a Western style, essentially. She just looks so different. And there's no explaining why the, like, huge change is.
Like, I find it funny that, you know, I like to make my OCs, and I like my OCs to be attractive and hot and whatever the fuck, right? And during the fucking Pathfinder, I was told, isn't that fucking shallow? It's like, so? It's hilariously more shallow to only see the character as attractive and the guy who made the character attractive because they like attractive characters as shallow, without thinking, oh yeah, this very attractive character could have more depth. It's very ironic to me that people who say characters should have more depth will look at a fucking pretty character and go, that has no depth.
I mean, I still feel like it's just comes back to the RPG thing. I'm going to look at this character for the next 100+ hours, most likely.
Yeah.
Do I really want to look at, like, a talking butt for the next hour, like some people on YouTube like to do for some reason? Or do I want my character to look good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad, what people make these
Why are some
horrifying characters?
Why are some people just making
Like,
the
it's
fucking
funny
ugliest
if you're only
that
gonna play
sing?
for an hour.
Yeah, that's
If you're only gonna play for like an hour, it's very funny to see your abomination walking around in a cutscene with all the like normal people.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're gonna put in like an actual RPG amount of time into a game, do you really want to be looking at that for that long?
Like, a good example of, hey, I'm gonna be playing this game for an hour, for more than an hour, but I still wanna make the funny haha, look at how ugly my character is, Saints Row.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
reason why it works in Saints Row
It's
is
because
the
the
game
game
calls
fucking-
you out for it.
The game will call you out for it, but you also get to change your fucking appearance whenever the fuck you please.
Yeah. But also, in Saints Row, if you don't make your character look like a freak, the cutscenes where they're like, I mean, look at you, you're a freak. And if you just look like a normal person, isn't as funny.
Yeah.
Like, the funnest playthrough I've had of Saints Row 3. I played with Alt, and we both made characters, and then basically slapped fursuits on them. And every cutscene was fucking hilarious. Because everyone would basically almost call it out, where like, our characters would be like, why didn't you send us for the negotiation? And the characters would look at us and be like, I mean, fucking look at you. And then they'll just cut to like a close-up of this like dog person in like, you know, a mascot costume. And it's always funny.
Why didn't you send me? Bitch, you're wearing a fursuit.
Yeah.
Bet you're wearing a little collar and leash. It would definitely send the wrong message. Go. I'm not going to question your choice of appearance because you would probably kill me because you're insane. But you know, we're trying to talk to these people, not kill them.
Yeah. We're trying to send a message in a way that it's not you.
Honestly, I mean, in those Saints Row had a lot of reasons why it was really bad.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think the biggest issue was they kind of forgot that the main character and everyone else is meant to be not the good guys. We're meant to be.
Yeah.
We're meant to be insane assholes who people don't want to be around.
But for some
Like,
reason
we're not
are.
actually, like, we're funny in, like, the concept of, like, you know, we're cartoonishly villains and stuff like that. But we're still villains. We're not actually meant to be likable.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of Saints Row 3, when a character is dead and everyone's, like, mourning her, I didn't actually care because I didn't like her. But that didn't take away from it, because that was the point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which character.
Shondi.
She died?
In one of the endings, you can choose to save her or not. And if you don't save her, she dies.
So you either save Shondi or you defeat El Machismo.
Yep. You either save her or you defeat the big bad of the game. And if you choose to defeat the big bad of the game, you get a kind of like memorial or at a bar having like This is to say goodbye to everyone we've lost along the way conversation.
Ah.
And I didn't care for most of those characters because I didn't like them because they were bad, and they pissed me off a lot of the time.
Fair enough.
But that was the point. That is how they are meant to be written, and therefore, as like, you know, and outside the verse, you're meant to be like, yeah, I'm quite glad they're dead because they weren't good people.
I just saw what Cole said. But yeah, looking at games like Atlas, I want to make cute furry girls.
Yeah.
That's like so strange about Atlas. It's gonna sound insane, but there's something about it. I find it's great that I can make a lot of my OCs in it.
Yeah.
But I wish they weren't. I could make them without them always being thick.
Yeah. I think they're
I've got a lot of
to adjust that, aren't they?
I've got a lot of characters who aren't short stacks, and I'd like to be able to play them in the game.
I know that they're trying to adjust that, but there's also mods where you can kind of just uncap certain stuff.
Yeah.
Like Brad found a way to make the boobs bigger.
Hell yeah.
I would want to make one of my short stacks who I made him as tall as possible, and he was still shorter than everyone else. Be taller. Like, I still find that funny. He's like, I made him as tall as possible. Why is he still shorter than everyone else?
Like, even making I'm glad that you can make male characters.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
But even the male characters, I'm like, can I make the hips a bit smaller? And it's like, no, you always have to be you always have to be an hourglass. And it's like, I don't want to have an hourglass character, this particular character. It's fine with other characters, but this one's not meant to be sexual. He's meant to be like a twig.
Well, simply what you do is you make him wider on the top. And he's not going to look like an hourglass, but he is going to look like a macho man.
Macho man. I want to be
so many times
a macho man.
Like, you'll know who I'm talking about because you've drawn him, but I've been trying to make Silo. But you can't get Silo's lanky fucking body shape in the game.
No, fair.
Yeah.
Like, I can't make my weird deer boy who's fucking, like, really tall and unnaturally fucking thin for, like, you know, his size. So I have to always be like, okay, I guess this is Silo when he's been, you know, sitting around eating McDonald's for a few months.
Make him built like a Dorito.
I will give Kiss Off some slack on that, though. They are one person. And I think with the success of Atlas, they're learning more of like, okay, maybe I should focus a little more on this and stuff like that.
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing an upgrade and a health thing. And I can't remember where they are. Where have I not spent too much time? I feel like I've already exhausted the Twilight Feeder. Speaking of Satan.
Why is it lagging?
It's lagging?
Yeah? Or it was lagging on my end. It might actually be me. I don't know if Blue's watching. No, I'm the only one watching.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I was watching the stream.
It was lagging
was
on
it lagging
Discord.
there?
That seemed fun on the stream.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
okay.
it was lagging Discord, and I think what it is on my end is that I am saving the file I'm working on.
Oh, yeah, that'll put a little
That'll do it.
strain. Wait. I think it might be here.
Alright, so I think when did I jump back into Monster Hunter to just see how the world was working and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
A bit ago.
Okay, like an hour. I think it was an hour.
Yeah, about an hour.
So I did 3 missions. The performance is definitely tanked a bit. It kind of lags a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll definitely say this. The hub world is just fucking empty. There are so many times where I'd come back from the mission, look around, and it would just be a dead world.
Oh.
So if there are people playing this game, it's definitely fallen off a lot.
Mm.
So whatever Capcom's fucked up, they've definitely fucked it up a lot.
Yeah,
They've chased their player base away.
I was gonna say, have they released the Legaia, Chris?
Not yet.
No, not yet? Huh.
No.
Not
That's at the end of the month.
there.
At the end of this month?
June. So yep.
Yeah? Huh. I might pick up then.
Yeah, that might be a
Or,
better...
The reason why I took notice is because the article brought it to attention, and I went and looked on Steam, and it said recently was just overwhelmingly negative, I think. So I was like, huh.
Oh, I remember when I lost my mind. I'm getting copyrighted.
Oh fuck.
What happened?
Okay, according to the Steam charts,
Mm-hmm.
there are currently 3,700 people playing Monster Hunter Wilds.
That's not a lot, actually.
That's not, no. That's really bad.
Yup.
Well, Legaia might bring people back. For, I don't know how long, but it might bring people back.
Alright,
Yeah.
so at its peak, when it first came out, it had 848,000 people playing, so almost 1 million. That was at peak, and now it's dropped down to fucking 3,000 or whatever I just said. But, that's not great.
Yeah, it is quite the fall off.
Obviously all games fall off, especially things like this where people are just waiting for them to bring out the next update.
Mm.
But, another thing is, new players should also be, coming in and playing through the game at kind of rotation doors type thing, where
Yeah.
a group of people leave, so a new group come in.
Yeah.
Just put that in the wrong place.
This is definitely everyone has fucking left.
Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't that performance has dropped and I can't see anyone in the hub. It is, there is no one in the hub.
Yeah.
A message. Kill them.
No, please don't.
I mean, it doesn't help that, and this is my bias coming out, because I don't really like Street Fighter. But it doesn't help that Capcom has genuinely just put all their eggs into the fucking Street Fighter basket.
I will admit the Street Fighter update for Monster Hunter was funny.
That was very funny. I enjoyed it a lot.
I was talking about Street Fighter itself, not, Street
no,
Fighter
I'm
making
aware.
cameos.
No, I'm aware. It's just that kind of also adds to it because it's It's like, oh, here's our big money maker. Let's add it to the other one.
Yeah.
I do know right now, I think what people are playing at the most right now is the new Death Stranding. I know that people played the first one. I have no idea what it's about.
To be fair, same.
Like, it's a Hideo Kojima game. I don't think we'll ever know what it's fully about.
Yeah, fair.
So
Hideo
I see how
Kojima is-
Laggy plays, but I hope whatever Tom Fuckard. I hope they fix whatever Tom Fuckard the graphics. Some people are saying literally just wait until they do an expansion announcement to play again, because hopefully by then they'll have it fixed. That's kind of bad.
Yeah, when your player base is saying just choto mate. Mate.
Wait until they do the next expansion announcement. They'll fix it then.
Imagine having disappointed your fans so much that they basically go, just wait till the next big update. That's the only time it'll matter.
I think what was, like, obviously it's obviously a big performance issue that's just come out and ruining a lot of people's experience.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was going to point out, I'd be like, why this isn't going well for Monster Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
We're now, I think, 5 months after release,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing has really changed. Like,
That's
all the
fair.
new monsters that they have quote-unquote added are just reskins of the 2 monsters we already had. Like, they made a story boss which you could only fight once into a recurring boss now, which should have been there since launch, let's be honest.
Fair.
They introduced a reskin of one of the monsters,
Okay.
and then they introduced a monster who has been in previous titles, which, while fun, like, the Mitsusune is a good fight, that's really the only thing that actually has been added.
That's not great.
Cole says, yeah, I'm that way when anyone asks me about getting into Destiny 2 because I still play it, and his advice is don't.
Fair enough.
Like, when it comes to, like, comparing it to the other PC games that we've got, so World and Rise, a lot of people are saying, like, you know, this is what happens, you fucking play the game when it first comes out, and then you stop playing, and then you come back, like, years later when everything's been released, and then you have a good time. But I feel like why it's not working this time like it did with the last 2 games is because the other 2 had the benefit of being the first PC, like, games, and therefore people were more patient with it.
Mm-hmm.
But now people are like, oh, we're not fucking doing this formula anymore, give us a fucking monster to fight already.
Yeah.
I think I am just tired of not getting full games on release.
So I feel like for Rise was semi-spoiled because most of its issues and problems and updates and stuff like that were dealt with the Switch, and then when it came to PC, it was pretty much we were getting all of that already.
True.
Yeah. Like, they took a Switch game and put it on a console, so we got to skip all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they hit us with Sunbreak, which was like, and now it's an actual game. Almost immediately.
Uh-huh.
Well, like, almost immediately compared for what we experienced, but what I'm sure people who played it on the Switch when it first came out experienced was the same shit that we experienced with everything else.
Why is your skin normal?
Cutscenes do that for some reason. I agree with Cole that it did very much benefit from being on the Switch first, because it also did it was optimized for lower graphics.
That's true. I mean, I was playing it on my rinky-dinky laptop, so yeah.
Alright. Oh no, I already fucked this up. Oh shit!
Yeah, like if I remember, we couldn't play all of Rise's base game content in one day, no matter how hard we tried.
Yeah.
I feel like Wild still suffers from the world syndrome, where it's like, oh, I want to do something with my friend. Why do I have to do all this stupid process to actually get to activate?
I will say it's a lot. I don't know about the story, because obviously I haven't gone back to that, because I don't need to, and I never will, unless someone else needs me to drag it for them. But I will say, with the new hub system, where I can jump in, Oak can jump in, Chris can jump in, we join a party together, and then we just go and fight a monster. That works really well.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, oh, just like, we're gonna go fight this monster, we say yes, and then all of us jump into the fucking monster hunt immediately together. As the story, though, I don't know how much of that has changed. If it's like, alright, the person starts the story mission, then they go into the monster hunt, and they watch the cutscene, and then they send out invites, and then we join. I don't know if it's still that system that they had when I was playing for the story with Alt. I will say all this other stuff that's come afterwards is definitely actually optimized for, like, playing with your friends.
Fair enough. That's good, because that's one of the biggest complaints. It's like, I want to play with my friends.
I mean, unless you know you're playing Night Rain, then the complaint is, why do I have to play with the people? I don't have friends, remember?
No, it's just like, I only have one friend, not two.
I mean, my complaint with Night Rain is, you send out invites, and then I'm like, I accept, and I'm still just sitting in a room by myself waiting for someone to start a mission. And I can just walk over and I'd be like, hi, I see you, we're hanging out together.
Yeah,
So
oh shit.
That's something they fixed in Seamless Co-op. Seamless Co-op, you can actually hang out with your friends.
Oh my god.
Like, the only reason I feel like it is done that way is if you're doing story missions, because certain characters need to talk to certain other characters.
That's fair. That is fair.
Like if I'm playing Wilder and it's like, go talk to the recluse, but Red's running around as the recluse, and therefore I can't fucking talk to her. I can imagine that being maybe one of the reasons. But I can also, push past my, thing of disbelief to be like, okay, there's two recluses on the screen because there's the NPC I need to talk to, and then my friend who's dicking around in the background.
Welcome to insert map name. Out there is the distance. You can see the tower at the heart of this stream. Your challenge for insert time of day is to reach top far above tower. Good luck. P.S. There's still some stuff here that works at 60 FPS, like clean gem on round walls. Okay. They have no audio. Ooh, donut.
Donut.
Nom nom nom.
Oh shit, what? That escalated so quickly.
Oh.
Ow.
Is it rising?
It is not.
Oh.
I fucked that up.
I wish they had, like...
Audio?
Yeah?
Same? This is where I needed the bubble. Like my dude, Pseudoregalia has an amazing library of music, and you used none of it.
I know, right?
I fucked that up.
I need to take some medicine. Mediskin.
Okay, me music time. Da-da-da-dum. Turbo Autism.
Terrible at this point, man.
Oh, he's no longer named Autism?
Terrible.
Well, it still got me to Turbo, so I'll take him. YouTube mix for Turbo Autism. If we get copyrighted, chat, we get copyrighted.
Hopefully not. Speaking of another furry material game that has been put in corner, like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. God, I didn't even think that Sunzuru's games did that bad. They did a pretty good job with Sly Cooper 4. And I so wanted them to continue, but no, we didn't get the continuation. Which makes me sad.
They fucking set up such a good cliffhanger at the end, too.
Oh, I miss playing Sly Cooper 4. I mean, I know we have it on the PlayStation 4, but I don't think we have a real way of playing the PlayStation 4 anymore.
No.
I might actually have to figure out a way to, like, emulate that. I'm allowed to say that because I still have the game. Can't be like, oh no, you're pirating. Nah, fuck that. I have the game.
Yep.
I bought it, pre-ordered, and all that shit.
God, it was such a good game.
It was a good game. Why is still MIA? Oh, yeah. Poor Sly, I miss him.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm just surprised that, fucking...
We were supposed to get a series, weren't we? Or a movie or a series.
I think it was supposed to be a show.
It was originally a movie, and then it was gonna be a show, and now it's...
Bruh, it said mix and proceeded to play one song and give up on life. Ba-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No easy way to cross the wall here. Well, the joke's on you, I'm not looking for an easy way.
Oh god, how long is this? Probably
Not
long.
sure. Bruh.
Bruh.
Oh, there are checkpoints. Sweet.
Neat.
It's just a skill check, and I'm honestly here for it.
Fair enough.
Ah, naruhodo ne. Oh, that is a checkpoint. Okay, never mind. I don't naruhodo. I don't naruhodo. I don't naruhodo. Oh no, I think I do naruhodo. Oh, I don't have a slide. Okay. YouTube? YouTube. 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 Okay, I'm just gonna loop a song then, and hope that it doesn't get annoying.
I mean, unfortunately, I can't tell you anything because, you know, I can't hear it.
Fair enough. Oh.
It's hurting a lot. It's mucus, but it's hurting a lot, and I hate it.
Ah. So the tower, huh? You want to get to the top? Some gales block your way. See if the cages and pedestals to the left and right. You need to unlock those first, I think. No. Hi, buddy. That's weird. Huh? Wait, did it count? I think it counts because I don't know where the fuck I am. You smack the black orbs a lot, right? Well, and walls, scone light fixtures, you know that also gives you back your full number of wall kicks every time? Yeah, so in this pull, just give it a better look. It's an obstacle. Just to give you a better look at this obstacle. Oh! Oh, it's just to get a better look. Ah! Understood. Wakarimashita. Hell yeah. Oh. Bap. 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 Damn it. One, two. No, that's all three unless I have four. Murdered. Suffering from success. Hello. Maybe it's right out here. Movement on the other hand seems to be restricted. You want to get stuck? Maybe in the center. Ah, center. Ah. No!
Oh, oh, that sucks.
Oh, I hit that wall a little too dead on. That should have been a grab. There we go, much like that, yes. Yo, you look cool. Someone put a cage in this old place. Try sending get someone to a platform. Oh! 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 Let me out! Yes!
Nice.
I see, I see. Fuck! You know what? I'm having fun with this. They're teaching me things about the physics I didn't know. Like, apparently the fact that I can literally just fucking fly.
Apparently.
Hi. Those round walls above, try kicking them. Kick him in the orbs. I fell. Huh? What? I trying to accomplish up there? Why do the thing right? Welcome to the final ascent. There's more kick switches, glowy things here. The pedestal to your right lets you try out what the glowy things do. I have some concerns about this key beneath me. But the other half of me says that's fate. Damn. Missed. I did it right that one time. It was entirely accidental. Now I'm just stuck trying to figure out how I did that. Yeah. Like, yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ba-ra-ba-bum, ba-ra-ba-bum. Hell yeah! Oh! Oh god! Bitch, the key was necessary. Bitch, the key was necessary!
Maybe there was a checkpoint? Okay, well, maybe you could go back, get the key, and then commit swim poo.
I think I know what needs to be done. I think I comprehend.
I see what you're trying to do. Attempt.
One, two, three, go!
Oh!
1, 2, 3, 4, go! I guess it's 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, go! That's not what I wanted! But I lived, bitch! 2, 3, 4, 5. Motherfucker! I mean, I got what I wanted, but I would have to do this again, you son of a bitch.
Oh well.
I mean, it is a fun climb, so I can't complain too hard.
Damn.
Got the key. Oh, that matters.
Fair enough.
Wait, why do I have 2 keys? When did I get another key? Damn, I missed.
Damn! Damn. No!
Bruh. I fucked that up. Motherfuck! There were more keys that I never found.
Oh.
I didn't know to search for them.
Fair enough.
Naruhodo ne. I have idiotic ideas, chat. Just give me a moment.
Hmm.
How the fuck was I supposed to know about this one? Two more. That looks like a good jump off point. There was one key there. What is this? Why is this?
Mm.
Found a key. Okay, there's one more somewhere. Literally one more, chat.
Nice.
I don't like that I landed. Yeah, I knew landing was a mistake. Oh, I think I know where it might be. I wasn't expecting to slide off of that. My sense of accomplishment defeated by the fact that I didn't grab some fucking key I didn't know existed.
Up.
Sumimasen, sumimasen. Somehow this turned into a backtracking mission.
Mhm.
Wait! Wait!
Uh-huh. Oh. Is it all the way over there?
I'm not as blind as I thought! I see!
Oh, goody. That is what's hoping.
Now time to recline. Good luck. I've done it once before, I can do it again. Also, I don't have as many detours to do this time. It's just a straight climb up, I believe. Bliat.
Suka Blia?
Suka bliat.
Suka Blia.
Hey. Miss! Pa pa ta pa ta pa.
Oh, you know what I haven't done?
I'm so fucking stupid. There were shortcuts along the way.
It happened?
It does happen. Especially when you're as blind as me. Honey. Victory!
Congrats.
Well done.
Oh, thank the goal makers you're here. I'm free! All this for a fucking screenshot-worthy bullshit.
Fair enough.
And the little gap right there. Hang on. Let's see if I can do something even dumber. Yeah, aww. Aw, the gaps are there to not let me do the thing.
Fair.
Oh, okay. 10 out of 10. We did it, chat. Backtracking involved. Bye, chat. I really wish they had added their own music into this or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got quiet at the end. It was not the appreciate. I got to listen to fucking Beloved Tomboyish Girl though. So 10 out of 10. And those